Hello, hi, my name is Cabbage, welcome back to the channel, and today we are sitting in the new set, well, hopefully set, for 2026 and really the foreseeable future. The reason I built it was because for the longest time I found like I was having a hard time starting videos, and I see why so many like tech YouTubers and YouTubers in general have sort of like one main space that they work in and they kind of film in, is because oftentimes when you're creating many videos in a month or a week or a year even, you kind of just need a starting point and the activation energy to kind of like get the ideas flowing and then really ramp up and try and finish a video often is very hard, and it's really hard to get over that initial hump. And so having like a roll or like a talking head like here I am now can often make it a lot easier, where you just have like a bottom layer for all of your entire product basically, and then you can add stuff on top if you so desire, or you could just talk to the camera for 10-15 minutes. You'll notice in most of the videos I kind of have the same setup. It's usually in somewhere in the workshop. It always felt like I was having to set up stuff and lights and all that stuff, and having to negotiate with windows, and if it was at night it would look a lot uglier because I had to kind of like fabricate the light. So I needed ways to figure that out. So anyways, I'll run you through the whole setup. This is just me celebrating, really. So yeah, let's get into it. There isn't actually a lot that's going on under the hood. It's really just a bunch of wires and connecting to the TV and stuff like that. But this whole CRT setup is something that I'm really proud of, because two of these things are free. As you know, vintage tech is getting really expensive nowadays. It's hard to find CRTs that are still functioning and working properly, and if they get pretty big, like the one is behind me, I think this is like a 30-inch CRT, but these things can get pretty expensive, and I'm actually really proud that I foraged and like dumpster dived for this big one. This one was free. I found this at my old school, took a chance on it. It weighs a ton. I had to like get it onto a shopping cart and then roll it to the truck. But then this one up here, this one that's kind of like shitty, is actually my mom's CRT that she immigrated with. So that's a really cool story, possibly for another day. But this, because it's already kind of faded, I decided to hook up to the Rusty Joe. Technically, it's a video glitch synthesizer, but basically it's taking a digital signal or an analog signal. You can have it either way, and it basically runs it through a bunch of either glitch effects or distorts signals and kind of compresses it, or makes the colors all weird and all that kind of stuff, and then it feeds it into the TV. And that's kind of what I'm known for on my Instagram page. I do that a lot with the MVs that I shoot and stuff like that. So that's being fed from the computer, which is like literally right to my right, into the Rusty Joe. It gets kind of like glitched out a bit and then sent to this TV, because it's already kind of like the image is kind of glowing a bit, so I figured I'd just make it worse rather than make it any better and go through the hassle of having to repair it. And then this big one is going through a RCA to HDMI all the way out to a camcorder on off camera, and then that's shooting me and feeding it back to myself. I got the idea from a couple other creators that have similar setups, but also whenever you go to like a vintage store or like a Four Cuts or whatever, they'll usually have like a VHS camera on an old CRT, and then you can like pose with it and you just take selfies with it. I got that it's kind of the same idea. And then this one I got off of a guy on Facebook Marketplace, he was really chill about it. His name's Mason, does great work. But he hooked me up with this one, and then this one I just have playing to my laptop, and it's playing Generation 1 Transformers, which is really awesome. I would love to include some other like retro tech in this set. I actually bought another CRT. It's like a original Macintosh color display, but not only is it not working because I got to figure out all of the like old VGA proprietary stuff that Apple had going on, and then retrofit it with some stuff that I'm finding online, but it's also really big. Like I don't even know where it would go here. I'm already running out of space as it is. I also got like an old webcam that I'm thinking about using for like desktop stuff. I'm kind of trying to move away from like everything having to be perfect. I actually kind of really love old, like really shitty webcam looking videos, because not only is it super nostalgic, but it's also like it's got a good grit to it that I think plays better than often like this pristine composed image, right? So Yeah, looking to do fun stuff with older tech. I just want to make it feel lived in, you know, make it feel comfortable. Like this is kind of these are the TVs that I basically grew up with. I don't need everything to be like an OLED display or something like super cool looking. I kind of want to give it a little bit of character, and I think this is nice. The whole monitor situation is a little whack too, because I have the iPad just sitting off camera. Like it's very like, this is really like cobbled together, but I actually really like how the whole thing is coming together. I think it's has a lot to do with like there's my Goofy poster and the Cookie Monster going in the background and the 3D printed shelf that I have yet to make a video. I promise I will. But yeah, like the monitor is just the iPad sitting off screen, and honestly, it's really good. Because I thought when the monitor and control app came to the A7S III initially, I thought it was actually pretty bad because it didn't have the proper display controls where you could turn on like a LUT and stuff like that, but you can now. And because of the 4.0 firmware on the A7S III, it's like color recovery. I guess it's called that on the Osmo Pockets. But anyways, it has like a color recovery or a LUT that you can see on the LCD. But also, I guess it outputs it to the iPad, which is amazing. So I can just see myself. I would set up my whole Hollyland situation, but this is just a little easier and it's wireless, and I don't have to think about putting on the transmitter. But other things that I really love about the setup is like the proper shadow and key side and me shooting on the shadow side and all that. It's very hard for me to practice cinematography and like composing images when I'm at home. I often find like my best work often comes from when I'm traveling or like obviously on commissions and jobs and stuff like that. But I find it very, very hard to do actual good like image composing practice when I am at home, because not only am I more comfortable at home, so I'm going to stay at home more and not think about having to properly compose an image, but I'm in a car more and I'm driving, you know, to jobs and then coming straight back home. So I'm not like frolicking as much like a critter would. And so it's been really hard to get practice composing images, because I think being outside and like traveling, you know, when I'm in Taiwan and stuff like that, allows me to actually have to think about like, oh, where's the light coming from? How do I adjust? But when I'm at home, like it's just my room, you know? So having like an actual composed set where I got the lamp, the key side, you know, it allows me to practice. And I think that's really awesome. The mic feed is going right into DaVinci Resolve. And so that's good that the computer's right there. But I do have a trick that I will show you. Hello. Hi. I don't know. I thought this was fun. I think I'll probably do this a lot, considering the vibe of this set. This feels really fun as a gimmick. But also, I'm probably very underqualified to use this, because I know a lot of musicians who use this microphone. So, I'm probably the least qualified person on the planet to be using one of these. But I think it's cool, so I might keep using it. And I got the Tab Podcast logo. For anyone who remembers the Tab Podcast, we got one poster and it's mine, so it's a 1 of 1 item. And I guess the last thing is that I've adjusted the space and where all the props in the background lie so that even vertical content works. And so I'll probably do more reels. Kicking down barriers to make stuff is a hard thing to do when you feel like you're cheapening your art by having like a set, right? And just the same angle every single time, you know, it gets a little stale. Oftentimes, but I find that right now what I need to do is focus on actually practicing more rather than being really nitpicky about what I do. And I think like getting to a level of mastery first would be helpful rather than having to over criticize myself and like hyperfixate on what the shot should be, and then, you know, like get stuck in the planning phase of it. I mean, like I made a whole video about it before, but you know, having more grace for myself is really the message there. But yeah, this is the set. I'm really proud of it. I am looking forward to do more, like when I do reviews, I'll put the item here, and when I do like commentary, I'll be able to be in the space and I can have the image up here and stuff like that. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think I should add to the space, or if you think there's too much stuff, you think I should take stuff out. I'm also testing the audio on this. I hope the CRT noise isn't like so obnoxious that it ruins the video, because that would suck to have to re-record it. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.